Whip Nation, what's going on? Shark Gaming here, back with another video, and in today's video I have to talk about Tottenham versus Manchester City. Tottenham won, Manchester City, the defending champions, 0. It was a very entertaining match, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most people think that 0-0, because it was 0-0 at halftime, that they're snooze fits. But I'm a Manchester United fan, and obviously it brings me joy that Manchester City lost. But let's talk about the game for a second. Obviously, we thought, or at least my thing was that, I bet my friend that last night we were playing pro clubs. I said, yo, I think Spurs gonna beat City. I just don't know how, but I think Spurs gonna beat City. Even though I was of the impression that Harry Kane was gonna be involved. Harry Kane clearly wasn't involved today, and you guys saw what happened. City still lost. Spurs still found a way to beat City without Harry Kane. I'm not saying that Spurs is better without Harry Kane, because at the end of the day, you still need the goal scorer instinct. But at the end of the day, if Harry Kane leaves Spurs, I'm not saying Spurs is going to be a better place. But when they learn how to play without Harry Kane, a system without Harry Kane, with some new players, I think Spurs will be a better team. Because he's been there, he's been scoring 25-30 goals per season, but they're still not winning anything. I'm not blaming Harry Kane, I'm just saying maybe a system that doesn't revolve around Harry Kane will be better for Spurs. Now talking about the game now. This game was a very high tempo game. We know that Manchester City is used to possession based football, and I watched it from minute 1 to minute 95, because it went to the 95th minute. I could see that the game was just end to end, but it was mostly Manchester City. As you guys can see, the possession stats was 34.5% based on the FPL app, 34.5% possession for Spurs, 65.5% possession for Manchester City. Though the shot ratio was actually better. Spurs had 13 shots, 2 on target. They made use of their shots, obviously. And Manchester City had 18 shots, 4 on target. So when you look at the stats now, you'd really look at it and say there were a few honorable mentions, a few honorable moments that occurred in the match. Like for the second half, because we're not going to talk about the first half. The first half was a bit equal in a sense. You know, nobody wasn't really finding that last ball to really score per se. But the second half was very entertaining, at least for me, speaking from a neutral perspective. The fault that I saw in Manchester City's team was that Fernandinho looks a bit, yes, we know he's slow, but he looks a bit off the mark. He looks a bit sluggish today. I don't know if you Manchester City fans agree, or neutral football fans who watch the match agree, but Fernandinho did not look as effective as he usually is, but it's quite expected because he's growing, he's getting in age now. He's about 34, 35, I believe, I'm not sure. There's another person on the City team that wasn't really playing all that good, and that was Mendy. I think Pep needs to start revolving the team defensively in terms of midfield around Rodri, and maybe invest in a next D-mid. I'm not sure if City have another D-mid there, so I'm not going to comment on something that I don't know. Another flaw that I really saw in the system, which Pep corrected, was that Pep, per se, he's very good at substitutes, or at least I rate him for substitutes over my own manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You get me? Pep saw that Mendy was not cutting it because Mendy wasn't having a very good game. He put on Zinchenko. He saw that they needed some creative edge, and he put on Kevin De Bruyne. Before that, he took off Sterling to put on Gabriel Jesus, and immediately from those 3 substitutes hit the pitch. You could obviously see that the tempo from City increased. The ball was played more into the Spurs box and everything, and there were a lot of chances. Now, let's go to Spurs. There were a few honorable mentions for Spurs team. Bergwijn was very, very good in my opinion. Lucas Moura was very good, and he was very unlucky to get a yellow card. I think it was his actions that occurred after the foul that he did on... Who was the foul on again? Was it on Gundogan? No, it wasn't on Gundogan. It was on a defender, wasn't it? Probably... Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was on somebody. All I know is that tackle shouldn't have been a yellow card, but I think it's because he was trying to not give them the ball or something that really led to the yellow card. Or maybe it was a yellow card. I don't know. You know, when you look at it, the replay, you realize that it's not a yellow card, but it's already gone. You can't really draw back a yellow card, you get me? Tangang, I can't really pronounce his name properly. Tanganen, my bad if I did. He had a very good game as well. He was locking off Sterling, which, that was a very good thing by him. Lo Celso came on and really gave Spurs that attacking quick one-touch pass edge. But Sonaldo, he was everything on the pitch today. He was playing like Bruno Fernandes, or let me say Bruno. Let me not compare him. Son was playing like Son. Son was carrying the team on his back. Son was taking all the corners, all the free kicks, everything. Son was taking shots very accurately and everything. He was sending passes. I saw some excellent link-up play. Maybe Son should just start playing false 9 and done, you get me? Obviously, Son might get injured, so they'll need another person, you know, to replace them. But when that bridge reach, that's when Spurs will cross it. You get me? Well, as it is right now, I think that was an excellent match. Where does that leave for the Premier League? Is Jack Grealish a fraud? Is he a waste of money? I don't think he's a waste of money. It's only one game. You have 37 more matches left in the Premier League, plus Champions League match, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Any other cups? I don't think so. But still, there are a lot of other games to watch Jack Grealish flourish, and it's his first season under a new manager with different tactics. This is not a team that he can carry on his back and do whatever he wants to do. It's a robotic system that he has to follow the systematic procedures that Manchester City is used to. So he may not adjust right now. So I'm not going to call him a flop. If at the end of the season he has less than 10 goals, I'm still not going to call him a flop. It's based on his career. So he might even pick up next year. You get what I'm trying to say? There's just a lot of things to really talk about, but I just don't really know what exactly to talk about. But that was basically my match reaction. I really enjoyed the match, especially the second half. I don't understand why most people think that just because a game is 0-0 that the game is boring. Because I've seen a lot of 0-0 matches that had me on the edge of my seat. Manchester United versus Manchester City, Manchester United versus Chelsea twice. Manchester United versus Liverpool at Anfield. That was very, that was very hectic. I thought that Man U would have won, that Liverpool could have won it in the last minute. It was just hectic all over the place. But this is Manchester City versus Spurs. Spurs won. Will this dampen the league? No. City have been 3 points behind. City have started badly before in a league and still won it. So this is no thing to really celebrate about. If City loses 5 games in a row, I'm still not going to celebrate, because City have a knack to just come and just, win 15 games in a row. You get me? Go 20 games unbeaten. So yeah, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. I'm out.